Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video I wanted to talk a bit more about Firefox and Chrome, and today we're going to be comparing the two apps based on speed benchmark tests. Yesterday I was talking about just how similar the two browsers are in terms of layout. You have Chrome right here on top and then Firefox underneath, and if you look at the layout of how the extensions are lined up here, the settings menu, the URL bar, the tabs at the top, the forward back buttons, it's just very similar in a lot of ways. But the main difference between the two applications currently is in fact in the speed department. So I think people usually prefer Chrome because it's better known as the faster browser. And from my benchmark tests today, it does seem to be the case. So my Firefox score, and I ran this twice for Firefox. You can see my second one over here, and I'll have all the links to my tests down below. This is, of course, using web.basemark.com. But my scores with Firefox, just pretty much across the board, ended up lower than the Chrome scores. So that's about as simple as it can get. You can see here I also ran the test again, and it ended up a little bit slower overall, though I think it interestingly scored higher in the generic suite after that. But then we move over to Chrome, and you can see the graphics performance, the generic performance, and even in the compatibility here, being able to do CSS stuff and HTML5, that scores a little bit higher in Chrome as well. And I believe what they mean by that is just that there are certain aspects of CSS that cannot run in certain browsers. So that's basically testing the CSS package to see what percentage of that package can actually run here. So that's scoring higher in Chrome as well. So yeah, pretty indisputable there. But just for fun, we can throw on a couple more things. So the Edge browser does pretty poor in graphic suites at the moment, but in generic suite did end up doing better than Firefox. Interestingly, it couldn't even run the WebGL test, and I tried running it like 2 or 3 times to get complete results, but that didn't work out so well. And then over here on the last tab, we have Opera. So Opera was actually pretty comparable to Google Chrome, but the difference with the Opera web browser is that the layout is kind of completely different. So it might be faster than Firefox, but it's definitely got a very different layout and a different feel. You can see it here also pretty compatible with CSS and HTML5. So in terms of performance, a pretty decent browser as well. But you can see the bar and the menu and everything going on here in Opera is just kind of completely different. Set up more to be like a pseudo phone really than a web browser. I mean, yeah, it's a web browser, but the buttons kind of have that mobile feel even on the Windows desktop. So yeah, in the end, that basically kind of concludes things. Although Firefox and Chrome are very similar, you can get most of the same extensions, especially the good ones, in both browsers. The bookmarks bars almost work the same, but behind the scenes, Chrome is still scoring quite significantly higher than Firefox. Now, in practice, does this actually matter that much? And I would say not particularly, unless you're really paying attention to it. You're probably not going to notice if a web page loads 0.3 seconds faster that much by using something like Chrome over Firefox. But if performance is crucial to you, or you're just looking for that little edge to push one web browser over the others, then the benchmarks that Chrome tests seem to be running through, including mine here today, do push Chrome in that direction. Of course, the other difference I would compare the two at, like I mentioned in my other video, is that one, you log into the Firefox Mozilla accounts, and in Chrome, you log into your Google accounts directly. So if you like having the Google account, that's another reason to use Chrome. But that's going to pretty much conclude this video. My test links are down below, and you can run the test for yourself at web.basemark.com. And I will see you guys in my future video content.